at Cottonwood Lakes trailhead. It's about almost 5 p.m. I finished packing. It's pretty late now. The sun's gone down. It's like 6:15. We got like a almost halfway waxing moon though, so that'll help. Not sure how far I'm going. I'm just gonna hike up towards the passes, probably New Army Pass since it's south facing. It's gonna be dark soon. It's almost 6:30. Getting really dark now. First creek crossing. Rocks look easy. I want to go ahead and just have a look at the log. Might as well take the big log. It's not slippery. Creek's not flowing too heavily. I thought, with all the snow and the melt, but it's not. It's not overflowing the rocks back there. It's cool to come across these signs in the evening. They just sort of appear out of nowhere. Otherwise, yeah, it's kind of hop over that stuff. What are these? But yeah, bridge is fine. Yeah, the creeks aren't swollen. So the snow that came sublimated, I guess. It dried. It didn't so much melt and rush down the water. So it wasn't that deep, but it was a couple snowfalls. This junction for Cottonwood Lakes and basically up towards Old Army Pass, and then here going up to New Army Pass to Long Lake, High Lake, New Army Pass. I'm gonna go this way. Okay, we cross back over the creek again, and then we head straight up to Long Lake. There's the trail. Some patches of snow. Okay, I'm up in the basin. Yeah. Solid footpath back onto the trail now. Snow is good. It's packed but grippy, kind of like granular. Past Cottonwood Lake number 2 now. That's off to my right. And now we just kind of weave our way up a little. And we'll pass Long Lake next. Long Lake now. The camera won't pick it up at all. You can sort of see the trees on the other side there. But yeah, carry on up this way. Let's see, it's 8:45. So I've gone about 6 miles, 1,300 feet of climbing in about 2 hours, 20 minutes. Taking it easy. Walking fast enough to stay warm, but not too fast to start sweating. It's pretty cool. On the next little climb up to High Lake, I think I'm going to put on another layer. Well, the moon is going away behind Cirque Peak. I'm going to put a layer on, putting on my fleece, and carrying on up to High Lake. Putting on my shell layers also, top and bottom. It's cool enough, and I'm moving slowly enough that I won't sweat, and it's nice and cozy, warmer. Past High Lake now, it's down there. Moon's back. Getting close to the switchbacks. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I may bivy there. I'll just decide when I get there. Crossing the inlet to High Lake now. Water flowing down to High Lake. Well, I'm starting up the first switchback of New Army Pass now. I'm just going to start going up and have a look what it looks like. See if there's any snow. Just curious. Okay, so it's 11,500 feet right now, basically 11,600. And the top of the pass is 12,200. So about 600 feet. Taking a little break here. Maybe have a snack. I keep playing peekaboo with the moon. It dips over the edge of the cirque and disappears, but then I climb up more elevation and it reappears. Yeah, maybe a bar, some fat and some calories. In the mood for some chocolate. Good nighttime flavor. Okay, up on top of New Army Pass now. I'll decide what I'm up to, because I might just bivy up here tonight. So yeah, out of Inyo National Forest on that side, and now we're up over the Sierra Crest, so we're in Sequoia National Park. I don't like the idea of getting an early night and sleeping, so I could sleep here, and what's nice is then I would see sunrise. This spot looks kind of nice, right next to this big old rock. The moon's setting anyway, so I won't see it anymore, in case there's a little bit of a breeze. And then, yeah, there's east and there's southeast. Mt Langley's right there. You just can't see it. I can't see it either. Oh, actually I can. I can see it. You can't see it, but it's there. Alright, got my bivy down. I never show this, so I figured I'd show it. I never bother recording because I don't care. I know what it looks like. Got my bivy. And next is the sleeping bag goes inside and I inflate my pillows. And then, yeah, I jump in. Alright, got my sleeping bag in there. Cool. So yeah, I'm glad I stopped so I can get to sleep at a reasonable time instead of just going all night. Alright. Got some ramen and shiitake mushrooms and peanut powder. Should be a nice second dinner. I'm all comfy here, charging my headlamp, gonna charge my phone also. Eaten, had a nice safety meeting, had a drink, had a pee. Doing some jumping jacks and some running on the spot right now to warm up before I get in my sleeping bag, because there's no point being cold when you get in a sleeping bag because it will just insulate your coldness. So you got to warm up before you get in. Super important.
Here's me. Sort of sheltered, but the wind was kind of coming this way. I spun around because the wind was sort of funneling into the bivy. Much better this way. There's our friend. Nice. This is pretty cool.
I found this little painted rock here someone left. That's cool. Cirque Peak. There's High Lake and Long Lake. Oh, there's Trailmaster Peak. Langley. There's Whitney behind. Alright, I'm gonna decide what I'm doing here. If I tuck in and warm up for a bit more, or just start walking. Doesn't look like a lot of snow, so I don't think I need to necessarily go quick. I could tuck in, warm up for a while, wait for a while, and then go. Not sure. It's very pretty though, good color. Subtle this morning, but really nice. The belt of Venus and that dark blue band of the earth shadow is super nice. And right now, we're just inside the alpenglow. It's very nice colors. It was nice to see Langley light up. Nice spot. Cool drifts. The snow that fell did set though. I mean, I'm sure this will get soft in the day, but it did set. So things could be a little climbable in the places it's filled in. It's pretty. It's nice to see snow. I mean, there'll be too much of it soon, but it's nice to see. Yeah, the north sides of things it clung to, but it's really melted mostly everywhere else. I feel like moving. I'm gonna start packing up. I'll start making my way up to the summit. So yeah, pack up and go. Making up some oatmeal before I get going. I'm almost packed up. Just a few more things. Get my breakfast ready so I can just start eating it while drinking it while I walk. Maybe have a little safety meeting before I get going. Safety first, especially in the morning. Okay, I'm all packed up. Leave absolutely no trace. Take only memories. This was nice. This was a nice spot. It was really nice to see sunrise inside the Alpenglow trail sign. Trail kind of goes along here and down. I'm curious about the snow, but I mean, it doesn't look like much, but this is kind of a little north-facing slope here, so we'll see. I don't think I'm bothered trying to find the trail. Just go straight. I'll go look at Old Army Pass there, see what the conditions are. Usually because it's north facing, there's a lot of snow. That's why I didn't come up there. I came up behind me on New Army Pass because it faces south and the snow melts. But I'm gonna go have a look just to see, because if it's passable, maybe on the way back I'll go that way. So I'll look and then go up. This is where I wear snow boots when the snow comes. The snow really has set nicely though, here in the shade, see? But once the sun hits that, for sure, post holing right into it. Okay, let's go have a look at Old Army Pass. Approaching Old Army Pass. Here's the sign that says welcome to Sequoia. And then afterwards we'll go up the mountain, but I just want to see what the snow is here. There's our welcome to Sequoia sign. Let's just have a peek. There's some footprints, so people have been coming. Oh, I think it's not a problem. I'm pretty sure I could get through here. I'm gonna go look. There's one really snowy bit. I want to have a close look. Not too bad. I'm not concerned. That's not bad. Looks like some people came and then maybe went around. There's another way down that couloir over there. And then you don't have to go across this. But there's rocks. You could go up into the rocks and then down. I think I'll come back this way because this is really the only snowy bit. There's a couple bits over there. Not too bad. And then it just is switchbacks. It's no big deal. I think it'd be fun. I'll give it a shot on the way back. But New Army Pass had basically no snow. I mean, there was little patches like this, and that was it. So it's clear. All right, taking off my shell layers. It's warming up. The sun's gonna be nice and warm. There's no wind. It's supposed to be like 3 miles an hour tops today, which is perfect. It's actually probably going to be like shorts and t-shirts weather. I might take my mid layer off also now while I've stopped. Might as well. All right, moving along. I've been up Mt Langley more times than I can remember. I don't have a list. I'm not really a peak bagger, so I don't keep track. I do know Whitney, just because I got to get permits. So I kind of have a record. But yeah, everywhere else, I don't know. I don't really keep track. That's where it came from. That line there is New Army Pass, the low point. Slept over there somewhere. Went down and up and down and up. Now we're here. That's Cirque Peak. That's the Cirque. Finishing breakfast oatmeal. Tastes good. It's hitting the spot. Patches of snow. But yeah, this is a south-facing slope, so a lot less than that slope, which is north-facing. You can see, well, sort of see. This is the cutoff trail that goes down to Soldier Lakes and Rock Creek, and the two different ways up into the Mitre Basin. But going for the summit. All right, the cairns begin now. There's the first one. First cairn. And we just follow these all the way up. Second one. See one there next to the pile of rocks. I wonder if there's one between here and there. I know the route, it's just fun to follow the cairns, something to do. Snow's patchy, but mostly gone. The route's very obviously visible. Military jets are flying their circuits today. I can hear them. Where's the next one? I mean, I see that one way up there, but there's several before it. Over 13,000 feet now. About 900 feet to go. There's the next cairn. All right. Here's where the real climb starts. Going to here, go up there, then we go up the whole back slope to the summit. A little bit of a breeze, very light but cool coming up. I think I'm gonna put a layer back on. Scramble, there's nothing serious to it. A little cozier. It's not cold, but this feels nice. More comfortable. Put my gloves back on too. All right, keep carrying on. lakes down there. Some of them. Okay, it's been 2 hours since I left the pass right there. That's where I slept, and there's the switchbacks on the other side of it. Going a little slow, but that's fine. I'm in no rush. I want to just move really slowly and enjoy the day. It's just perfect temperatures, so clear and sunny. Just enjoying walking up. Got 300 feet more. It's a ways. I think there's a handful of cairns still. Could be like 6 at least. Last cairn, there's a summit. I like that people have placed these like rough quartz pieces up on top. Like sucking in energy and blasting it out. Alright, summit. Oh, that flag's new. There's the boxes. Let's see this sign, it looks cute. Oh, it's frozen in. Looks like a new little hand-painted sign. I don't bother signing this one. Like I said, I've been up here more times than I can remember. Yeah. All right. Nice. Oh, good to be up here. And the weather is just fine. Look at that. Gorgeous. Freaking amazing. Look at that. Well, there's the miter. Sky Blue Lake, the tarns behind it. Newcomb, Pickering, Joe Devil Peak. You know, I was just looking at the Kauias over there. There's Big Kauia, Second Kauia might be hiding actually. Red Kauia, the Pinnacles, Black Kauia, and then that would be Kauia Queen. That's cool. I kind of neat. And then I believe that should be Mount Stewart, and that should be Eagle Scout Peak, and between them is Kauia Gap, I believe. And then Big Arroyo runs down there on the other side of the Kauias. But yeah, I mean, that's it. And then that's the rest of the Great Western Divide. There's Mount Whitney over there. I wonder if I can zoom all the way in and see. Yeah, sort of, kind of, almost see the hut. Sort of, not really. There's Mount Muir. There's Williamson over there. And I'm not sure. I'm unsure if that's Tyndall over there, so I won't say anything. But I believe I can see Split further up. Looking south, we got Cirque Peak there. And then Olancha is the last emblem peak on the Eastern Sierra going south. Is that Mua? I'm uncertain. I think that might be Mua, but I'm not sure. My one might be inside more. Cool. Really, you can see the Central Valley over there, the southern part of the Central Valley. It's cool. And then, yeah, the Panamint Range way over there. And the Inyo's right across here, right across from us. There's Lone Pine down there. And the Inyo Mountains. And then going up, we have the White Mountains after the Inyo Mountains, with White Mountain itself up there looking white. That's a 14er. So that's Lone Pine Peak there. You can see how much lower it is than Whitney. There's Whitney. There's Lone Pine Peak. But from down in Lone Pine, the Lone Pine Peak looks far taller than Mount Whitney because they're so far away. There's this edge. Wow. Wowie. That is just a lot of air. That's all I can say. Woo-wee. It's gorgeous. I've hiked out to the pinnacles out there. Pinnacles, the edges. It's cool. Nice. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Nice. Pretty rad. I really want to come up this sometime. From Tuttle Creek, you go around to the Diaz, not this side, but the Diaz Creek drainage, and go up and just basically up and over those big humps, and you arrive at Diaz Pass there and then come up the slope. I'd like to do that sometime. Woo-wee. Look at this core. Nice. It's gorgeous up here. I'm the only person here. I haven't seen anyone this whole trip. I didn't see any tents or anything. There was about a small number of cars at the trailhead, but yeah, the whole trail in didn't see any tents. And then today, since the pass all the way up here, I haven't seen anyone. I saw pretty fresh prints in the snow. Fresh prints in the snow. Woo. Wonder how passable this is. I know there's one up the slope from Tuttle Creek that you can also take. Maybe that's it there. I don't want to go around that way right now, but I think it gets pretty steep. It's legit. The easier one's going around Diaz Creek side and just get up on the slope. Cool. You gotta just sit around on the summit, get a little out of the wind, enjoy the sun, maybe have lunch, just relax, and then yeah, head down after. One cloud over the Koyas. Alright, some lunch, and then I'm gonna start heading down. I'll carry it with me. It's 11:30. I'd like to get back to the trailhead before 6, so should be able to take my time and accomplish that. We'll see. Let's do this. Nice though, it's been a good summit. I've slept right here, literally where I'm sitting before. Alright. Bye, Langley. Been fun. Look forward to coming back. I just enjoy this one. It's just a nice hike. And the views really off Langley, off the north side there, are just amazing. And the east side, looking down into the Tuttle Creek there. There's our first cairn. Head straight for it. Nice, cool. I just saw two people. Finally, they left from the Cottonwood Lakes trailhead in the morning. Well, the one guy did. The other guy was camped somewhere. All right. There's the next one. Carrying on down. There's the next one. Kind of in Taos jogging. Whew. All right. All right. Whew. Whew. Right. Off the mountain. I'm gonna take off a layer. Okay, dropped a layer. I start jogging as much as I can here now. All right. Could go down Old Army Pass, but the snow didn't look too bad. But here's New Army Pass, Old Army Pass, sorry. Behind this rock is the part that's really bad, but I do know you can go down this couloir, which looks real bad. But maybe the rocks to there. I just want to go have a look on the rocks. Okay, this is the snowy bit here. I went around, up and around that couloir and came down and kicked steps in. So we'll see. There's a couple more crappy parts. I'll see. If it's terrible, I'll just go back the way I came. But might as well give it a shot. Have a look. I was able to come across this, just stepping in deep steps. The snow is soft right now. It's like, it's not slushy because it's cold, but it's soft. Some of the places in the sun I could see had some sun, some freeze thaw, and it was suddenly hard. So I was super careful, kicking in really hard, and using my ice axe. Okay, I kicked in steps across there, nice and deep. Hopefully other people can follow them and they freeze up good. But so far so good. That's been kind of the worst. I think there's a little bit here down there again. So we'll see. Whew. Okay, I kicked in steps across there. Yeesh. This looks tricky. I might try to get down into the rocks instead of across here, I'm not sure. But I see footsteps over there. So, whew. Kicked in across here. Whew. That was on top of all this. It looks like the other person that came here went over the rocks. I see the footsteps here, but now there's footsteps in here, so hopefully people can follow. Whew. Wow. Okay. Looks like I can get across here. There's footprints, but then there's a bad one. It looks like they went up around the rocks. But that might be the last one. Whew. Man, I'm here now. I didn't come across here. There's one spot, can't see. It's too slick and too hard. I couldn't kick in. I had to go all the way up and around. All right. Hopefully, we'll see. It'd be nice if this is getting near the end of all this. All right. But glad I didn't bother trying to come this way at night. That's why I went up New Army Pass at night. All right, a few more. A lot of this everywhere. These drifty little snowfields where it'll be soft in one place, but then rock hard in another. Not too slippery now, but it's going to turn into that. So we're kind of already there. Straight down now. Trail is lost. Looks like this is what people have been doing. Straight up here. Alright, finally the sun again. Didn't come down this, but didn't go across that. Instead went around that couloir. And then, yeah, can't see it from here, but doot. And then I skipped the trail and ended up in a boulder field now, so I gotta catch the trail again. I'm gonna go take a break down there by the water when I catch the trail. Here's Old Army Pass. Path goes there. I go up and around. I do this in the spring also and come down that couloir and then join. Maybe I didn't go all the way. Maybe I went this one and join and then went across. You can't see from here, but there's tons of snow. So it's kicking in steps and going up and around rocks. Cross there it is, you can see it. And then, yeah, then the switchbacks. So yeah, I'm gonna fill up with water, take a break. I love this lake. I think this is my favorite of the Cottonwood Lakes. Is this 6? Yeah, 6, 5 or 6. I have to look at the map. But yeah, this one tucked in here under Old Army Pass. It's a nice spot. Waited out a storm for a day there in the spring before going up the pass. Camped under those trees. Wow. That was a bit of an ordeal. You can see the track better now, and those are the big chutes that I was trying to cross, and then all that. There. That sucked, cutting across that. That was bad. That was bad. Look at that. But a lot of places I was able to kick in steps, but the places that I couldn't because it was too hard, I was hitting it with my ice axe, and then the places where even that wasn't working, I just went up and around on the rocks. So it was fun. But yeah, I'm beat. I need to take a break. break here. It's 4, Cottonwood Lakes 4. 5's the one on the other side here. So we come up around this way, duck down, go past 3, and then connect with the trail that had been on the other side of this. New Army Pass is on the other side of this. This is pretty cool, actually. I've come out on this and then gone down a chute on the other side. I'd like to go up the ridge and go up. It's cool. It's a nice view because you get like both sides, this side and the other side, the view of both where the passes go through. Okay. Yeah, I'm mostly just going to take my time. I'm not in a hurry. It's a beautiful day. I'm especially going to enjoy it out here in the sun. And I might jog when I get into the forest later on. There's 5, Lake 5. I imagine anyone watching this knows all this. This is a very common area. Anyone watching videos of the Sierra has likely come to Cottonwood Lakes, has likely come to Langley, has likely come to Old Army Pass and New Army Pass. It's a very popular area. And for a reason, it's just very accessible. It's nice. Trailhead starts at 10,000 feet. There's not a lot of extensive climbing needed to come and check out these lakes. Bit of distance, about 5 miles from the trailhead, but not any extensive climbing. And then if you want to have fun, you can go up New Army Pass and down, or up New Army Pass and down, or Old Army Pass, or either, or up Langley. Let's go fishing. Popular area. Cottonwood Lake 3. Walked kind of past the other side of that in the dark last night because I came up there and went around the other side of this and went up New Army Pass on the other side of this. Came down Old Army Pass here. I love these high alpine meadows. They're just so nice. We're at 11,000 feet right now. Doesn't look like it though, right? It's awesome. Langley. Looking awesome over there. Peak, looking beautiful with the snow. Oh, I love it up here. This is just such a nice peaceful area. It's just nice. Oh, I just love it so much. Gotta leave. Such a nice exiting view. Got like Syrup Peak and Army Pass Point, and then Langley all here, just all lined up. Oh, that's nice. All right, I'm off. Go down this ridge, and those views are gone. Making our way back to the trailhead now. Here's the junction for Mirror Lake, up that way. We came from here. All right, down to basically the meadow down there now. Back at the trailhead. Very few vehicles still. End of season. See these new signs. Ooh, new signs. Alright, this was fun. That's a good loop-ish. Yeah, it was a loop, kind of a lollipop. Here's our sign with the moon.